Hello, Tamily. It's time for interview 190 with Nadia, and she will be joining us in just a moment. Her Instagram name, if you don't follow her already, is nar.madin. So make sure you do follow her, and then we'll be getting connected in just a second. Hello.
Hello, kia ora.
Thank you so much for joining us and being interview 190. We're super excited to talk to you, Nadia.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's an absolute pleasure.
Absolutely. So why don't we start with just getting to know a little bit about you before we jump into all the Tracy Anderson method journey stuff. Just tell us a little bit about where you're from, anything else you'd like us to know before we jump in.
Sure. Well, I'm originally from Auckland. I live in, born and bred in New Zealand, but I grew up in Auckland. And I moved to this tiny little town in the Hokianga, which is in the far north of New Zealand. I was 21. And have just sort of kind of really enjoyed living here and raising my two girls and yeah, just living the quiet life. Yeah. So yeah, not much. Yeah.
Well, I think you might be our first family interview in New Zealand, so it's super exciting.
Yeah, there's not many of us. There are a few other Kiwi town girls out there, but you know, we do kind of keep a low profile. You know, like we're not really big on sort of sharing. So yeah. So it's nice to be able to represent the other Kiwi town girls and guys out there.
Absolutely. So, speaking of Tam, when did you actually get started with the Tracy Anderson method?
Well, before I had kids, I saw Tracy on ETV, and she was doing an interview with Kat Sadler. I'm not sure who it was, and so yeah, they were just talking about this new method and everything. And I was like, oh, that looks interesting. And being down at the bottom of the world, it was kind of hard to get any kind of info on her, but I was able to get her Method Map DVD. And so I kind of, and I dabbled into that, but never really committed. And then when after I had my second child, just before she turned 2, I found out about metamorphosis. And I was like, oh, I really do, I'd really like to kind of give that a go, but don't want to jump in. So I really committed back to that Method Map DVD and started trying to incorporate, like, at least doing the 4 days a week. And then it was July 2012 that I signed up to Metamorphosis. And it's just, I haven't looked back. It's just been fantastic.
Wow.
So it's been around a while. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And I've just really loved the evolution of the method and how it's changed so much. Like, I finished my 4 years, and yeah, year 4 in continuity was brutal. I will not lie. And then jumped into streaming, and and I've just loved how it, how she evolves, and so I just really, really am grateful that I found the method, and I did.
What do you feel like makes the method right for you versus a different fitness method?
Well, I like how it's not just about, just moving your body. You really have to have that mind and body connection. Like, you really have to sort of go into yourself. And so, I really connected with that because, I kind of get distracted easily and lose interest easily. And, I've never really had anything else that really motivated me enough to want to, focus on my fitness. And
Mhm.
this was the first kind of exercise that really resonated with me, really. Yeah, I just loved it. I really just enjoy just the variety of it as well, and how she switches it up, from, week to week. And so, kind of always, it's got you always excited about what's happening next. You're always thinking that, you're just staying in this one place.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely makes a big difference, especially with the streaming and, different classes and everything else we have access to.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's just, how they've, just how the product's changed, how it's all, really evolved over the years. I just, like they really just put so much effort into what they do and love. And it's like really, I really like that.
Yeah, it's definitely an amazing method. So for you, especially because, you had 2 kids, what kind of results have you seen, physically and also the non-physical?
Well, physically, just absolutely amazing. My body is just a completely different shape now to what it was before. Really, like it was the driving force to, to just lose a lot of like loose skin I had just after having babies, and and really getting into, getting into fitness like I should have, and so making that change there was just my whole body shape was changed, but mentally it was even more like I'm really like I was always kind of just jointed with myself before. But now, since I found the method, I know myself so much better. But I'm actually like a lot happier in myself. So it's just been a really amazing journey, and how I've changed, and it's a total lifestyle change, really. It's just been fantastic.
It's such a good way to put it, to say that you know yourself better. Like, I think that's
Yeah,
something, it's so hard to articulate to people who don't do the method, to know that that is a benefit of the method.
most definitely. Yeah, definitely. It's so hard to explain the method. Like,
Hmm.
you can't. It's just so unique within itself. So you just say,
Yeah.
"Oh, Google it." We say, like, over in New Zealand, we'd say, "Ask Uncle Google," and so because Uncle Google knows everything. So
Oh,
it's
that's
just
perfect.
you
So
can't
since
explain
you've
it.
been, you've been devoted to the method for a decade, have you got anyone else devoted to the method? Have you converted anyone to a tamer?
Yeah, actually, yes, I have, and I asked her first, but my friend Rayanne, she loves the method, and so she doesn't stream, but she loves the DVDs, and so she
Okay.
does it every day, and like she's like a
Awesome.
runner, and like quite an athletic lady, and does gymnastics and things like that, but she just swears by the method, and and I think
Fantastic.
actually, so she's really, she loves it. So I'm really happy with that. I tried to convert others, like my sister, but haven't really gone. No, I'm not sure about those free arm stuff at the beginning. Oh well, it's not for everyone, but
Yeah.
So I'm glad that my friend
Exactly.
Ryan, So at
And it
least
has
they
to
gave it a
be,
go.
the right time for people and stuff too. So, yeah.
It's exactly it. Like everyone's on their own journey, and they find what is best for them and what clicks for them, and so
Mhm.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the best workout is the one that you'll do. So,
Yes,
it's not going to be for everybody,
um,
but it
definitely.
definitely is amazing.
Um,
So,
yeah.
for you, as far as your workout, dance cardio as well, or mostly focused on muscular structure?
I'm try to do cardio, but I don't do as much as I should. So, but I definitely do my mat work, 6 days a week.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
like I forced myself to have a rest day. Like I was doing 7 days, but I've realised that I do need to step back a little bit. But I'm
Mhm.
definitely wanting to incorporate more dance cardio because my body just responds so well with it. So
Mhm.
it's just finding time. It's hard
Yeah.
some days. It's just the reality, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean the mat workout is a full, cardiovascular workout, but certainly the
Definitely.
dance cardio adds a whole other method, a whole other element.
Yeah, and like cardio isn't for everyone. Like like but for me personally, I know that cardio does benefit my body. But yeah,
Yeah,
but it's not for everyone. But anyone who's like I think everyone should give it a go because it can be fun.
absolutely. Yeah,
You know,
I agree.
dance
I'm
doesn't use
exactly like you though. I know I should do it more than I do.
it. Yeah. Um,
Is there a specific move now that you used to hate, but now you love?
well, there's actually a few moves that I used to really hate, but I used to be like really bad, and I'm still not perfect, but with side planks, anything with a side plank and like lifting yourself up into like a starfish is like that's
Mm-hmm.
really I find those really difficult, and I've gotten a lot better. So those like so I'm quite proud of that. So it's not something that don't know if I completely love yet, but I don't hate them anymore. And headstands, like me headstands, it's like, oh my gosh. Like my friend Rayanne, like, because she has that gymnastics background, it gives me little tips on what I can do, but I'm just so scared of being upside down, like falling over. So like, I've been
Yeah,
practicing up against the wall. So yeah, when the
that's
headstands, I
very
don't just not do them anymore. I do try. And that's what I'd encourage anyone. It's like any of those moves, just give them a go and just keep trying and do the best that you can. And then you'll be amazed at how much better you'll get. Yeah,
exactly.
just practice,
Yep.
practice, practice.
Yeah, and it's just that consistency that you'll definitely see progress.
Definitely. Yeah, consistency is key. Yeah, and just going back.
So for
Mm.
your regular workout, do you stick to advanced, intermediate, beginner, or do you do a combination?
Um, I usually stick with the advanced lane, but lately I have been stepping over to doing intermediate, and I always, every now and then, will do a beginner class because I think beginner
Mhm.
classes are just fantastic. Just to
Mhm.
it's like a reset, and
Yeah.
yeah, mostly in the advanced lane, and then I like to try and get him some electives like some extra arms, especially if it's Courtney leading the arms. 'Cause her
Mhm.
arms are just insane. Like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, mostly the advanced lane.
Excellent. Um,
Yeah.
what would you say is the best time of day for you to do your workouts, and how do you kind of fit them into your life?
I'm definitely a morning person for
Hmm.
working out. I've tried to do afternoons, but yeah, I just
Hmm.
find that quite difficult for me. So yeah, definitely in mornings. I'm lucky enough where I don't have too much of a time restraint. So yeah, so that's not really the issue for me. So yeah, so I just get in the morning. Sometimes if I'm really lucky, I get a good live, which is like my 5 a.m. So I'll drag myself out of bed,
Okay.
but that doesn't happen too often.
Yeah,
um,
that is definitely tough.
oh yeah,
Um,
definitely.
do you do any of the elective classes as well, like the you know, different uh kind of centrics and stuff?
No, I don't. I No, I haven't actually jumped into eccentrics really that much. I usually just stick with, like, I'll do the multiclass
Okay.
sometimes. But yeah, I like them, and then just like arm toners, and then the dance, and trying to learn the new dances with ski, which are they get your mind going. Which foot here and there. So yeah. But yeah, it's something maybe I should get back to doing, getting into those. That'd be good. Having, but yeah.
It's definitely awesome content, regardless of what,
Thanks so
what
much.
thing it is.
Yeah. That's why like everyone can find something that fits for them. Yeah.
Mhm.
And especially like I love like how like they have added all those smaller classes, like if you are hard on time. Yeah, so it's like they really do cater for everyone's lifestyle, I feel.
Mhm.
Is really nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that is what is so amazing about the streaming platform and everything
Definitely.
that is offered. So how did you discover the Tamily? Because obviously you started doing this workout when it was on a DVD before Instagram
Yeah.
was invented.
Yeah, well, I just I watched it happen. It was Aurora and Gillian. Aurora. I remember her. She started that hashtag Tamily. She started even before hashtag, so it was just Tamily. I was like, oh my gosh, love that. And it just clicked on. And then it was also, I remember when Tracy was like, I was like, oh, heard about the word Tamily, and so. Yeah, just watch the evolution of Tamily happen, and now it's just become this amazing whole family, and and amazing community. That's
Mhm.
fantastic. Yeah.
Definitely. What inspires you about the Tamily?
Well, this right now. This is what like really inspires me is the community, being able to like meeting all these beautiful people from all over the world, and just learning about where they're from, and it's just it's just, the people really inspire me. I just love it. Yeah, I'm very fortunate, especially being where I am. Because
Mhm.
I live in a tiny country, and there's only 5 million in the whole of New Zealand, and in my little town there's probably only about 400. So yeah, it's nice. You
Yeah, it's
kind of
definitely a
connecting.
way to have 1,000 gym buddies. It's just,
Definitely,
especially
yeah.
working out at home.
Definitely, yeah. And I especially know because there aren't many other people around me who are into the method. So that's what I find really fantastic is being able to connect with all these other people who are so passionate about it as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Would you have any advice for someone that's new to the method?
Definitely, I think anyone new to the method should at least do meta. I cannot recommend more. That's what started me and really made me find myself, and just getting that foundation of what the method means. And so anyone new to the method should really, I would encourage to just do that little bit before jumping into streaming, because it can be overwhelming for someone who doesn't know, doesn't know it. Getting
Yeah.
the method, her Thursday method book, I think is a really
Mhm.
good read for people. And so anyone new to the method, I recommend those two things first, and then just getting into finding, just connecting with the community for
Mhm.
sure, because we're all here to help, and yeah, which is important.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
excellent advice because I think, especially for anyone who's like just entered the method and there's all this that's online, it can kind of be overwhelming. So if
Yeah,
you do just take that
definitely.
90 days with
Yeah,
Metamorphosis, or you take the 30 days with the book, or both, and
yeah.
then go into it, you kind of have, like you said, that foundation.
You have that foundation, and then you're not feeling like you're, and then you can kind of, sort of focus a little bit more because it can, it's so overwhelming.
Yeah,
And that's where I feel like I'm kind of broke
definitely.
where I had the forums, those forum days. It was like,
Mhm.
oh, that's fantastic. I still miss the forums.
Yeah, it's so funny that we used to connect in something where you didn't even have pictures, and
No,
now, we connect like this.
yeah, exactly. It's just, yeah. And that's just the evolution. That's what's so fantastic. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I remember like getting in the forum and just talking to people, who you had no idea really who they were. That was
No.
motivating to do the workout.
Yeah.
So now you can watch people's videos and stuff. Like
Yeah.
we're just so connected.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's, for sure. Yeah. It's just, I love it. I really do love it. And that's motivating, with that just,
Yeah.
sort of being jump on and see everyone's, their own journey.
Mhm.
I really, yeah, it's fantastic.
So, Nadia, when you're not tamming, how do you spend, your free time?
Um, well, I have a few animals and I live on quite a big property, so that in itself kind of,
Mhm.
yeah, I sort of look after the animals and look after the property and yeah, and sort of just, and I'm studying as well, learning my te reo, which is the native language of Aotearoa, New Zealand. So that's what,
Mhm.
I'm busy with that kind of stuff, which is nice. It's nice being able to
Yeah.
report back into your whenua, your land. So, and yeah.
Is there something you learned about wellness from someone important to you that you'd like to share with the family?
Definitely, just that is have my godmother. She always really um, um, helped me with knowing who I am as a woman and having that connection with yourself and being kind to yourself and knowing that, who you are and as a mother and yeah just and that's something that I think is really important for other women out there to know and just to understand we're amazing human beings and we do so much and and to really be kinder to ourselves and it's okay to not be okay and yeah and
Mhm.
so that's something that that kind of thing has always been really important for me and I think that's why I think the method's so great is because it really um, resonates with my beliefs on that level
Mhm.
and it's just it's it's yeah and sharing that oha, that love yeah
Mhm.
yeah and yeah
What do most of the people that are important to you think of the method?
um they like it, they don't mind it, like my girls, because like my youngest wasn't even 2 when I started the method. It's always just been part of her life, and so they always encourage me to if I'm feeling out of sorts and say, oh well, just you just go and have your time, mum, and like my husband
Mhm.
loves it, of course, he's a man. And and my other, family, whānau, they're really happy for me because they've seen the change in me,
Mhm.
not just physically, but mentally and spiritually, you know, it has been like a whole transformation, you know, and I think that's, you know, people think it's just a physical transformation with the method, but it's not. It really is that whole mind, body, and spiritual connection. So yeah, they love it. Everyone, they embrace
That's
it.
excellent.
Yeah.
How do you keep yourself, motivated to work out regularly, especially year after year after year that you've been doing the method?
I always think back to like what I was before the method, and you know, and always think of how far I've come and how much it's changed me, and that really in itself just keeps me motivated, because I just, you know, I really love that, the feeling of, you know, how it's changed me, and just all this different content is just, you know, like you know, you're never bored. You know, there's always something there. You can always find something that, you know, even on your worst, you know, when you feel, oh, like not doing anything, you can just go to those electives and like just do the arm toner. And, you know, it's 15 minutes. And then by the end of that, I always feel like, oh, right, okay. Maybe I will just add on, you know, a little bit of cardio or something. And then, you know, by the end of it, you're like, yeah, I'm glad I did that. And so you feel really happy within yourself. And then you're like, and so that's what keeps me motivated. Yeah.
Have you faced any challenges in doing the method?
Yes. Yeah. Just, you know, like not feeling like you haven't worked enough, and you haven't gotten the results that you're expecting. That's been my biggest challenge, I think, for me to work through, and just realizing that, you know, getting past those barriers, and yeah, so the method in itself has helped with me getting, you know, those challenges, those, you know, those barriers of, you know, just your mind working, you know, against you, and like, yeah. And like, you know, all physical challenges, you know, like I've had a couple of, you know, at the moment I've got an issue with my shoulder, so that's challenging to make sure I, you know, don't do too much to flare it up. So I always have to make sure to step back and pull back and just, you know, take it easy. So
Yeah.
just those, yeah, it's just kind of the normal challenges of getting through it, I suppose.
What's something that you've learned from Tracy or maybe another Tracy Anderson method trainer?
I learned so much from all the trainers. They just, each trainer just has such amazing advice to give, and little tidbits on, and, you know, with getting moves. And but as I know, Olivia gave a really good piece of advice about doing those, making sure where your foundation is in like your supporting leg, and when you do like those side kicks, because I found those quite difficult. And so you know, little tidbits like that in just form have been fantastic. But Tracy, like she just has so many words of wisdom herself. But her was like, the biggest one I got from her was, don't judge yourself and don't judge others. And that, like, I think that was in her ever first streaming class that she did. And that's just, I just, you know, and I've just said, you know, I say that all the time now. I've taught my girls that is, and yeah, I think that's just the best bit of advice that I ever got from Tracy was that. And
Yeah.
that with me. And that, you know, just follows on from so many other things. So as soon as you're like that, and it's like you're a lot kinder, you have a lot more empathy. So much that flows on from
Mhm.
that statement. Yeah, and I think it's something that all of us could benefit from.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Um, so for your workout at home, do you use heat and humidity as well?
No, I don't. No, I've never.
Okay.
I live in quite a humid climate, so like
Mhm.
even in winter on a cold day, we're always like at least 50% humidity, and in summer we get up to 80% easily, and our heat
Okay.
gets up gets up to yeah. So we're warm enough. In winter, it's not too bad because my home's nicely insulated and stuff. So yeah,
Okay.
so I don't add that.
When it comes to like equipment, I know we don't use a lot with the method, but what's the one piece of equipment that you can't live without for your workout?
It would definitely be my mat. Yeah, that's if I had to go anywhere, if I could, I could live without weights because you can find other things like cans to use if
Mhm.
you're somewhere else. But my mat, yeah, I always, yeah, because it's just good for patting on my old knees as well. So yeah, that's my can't live without.
Do you, besides just a mat, do you use anything else like for added support or cushioning?
I just have more mats. So like I actually
Okay.
have like 3 mats and then I'll have my towel. So yeah, I always have a towel. So yeah, that's probably another thing is that I won't live without it.
Mhm.
I have to have a towel as well because that I can help support with my wrists with the towel and stuff and grip on your mat. So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I feel like I can do the whole workout without any weights, but I have to have a mat.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely critical. Um,
Mm.
what's your style when it comes to music during workouts? Do you play Tracy's music or do you do your own playlists?
Um, well, back in the DVD days, I definitely did my own music because that was very repetitive. But I actually don't mind the music that they play, and because sometimes you get some really good artists that are brand new, and so
Mhm.
yeah, I'm always keen to hear new music from unknown artists. So I actually enjoy their playlists, and when you get a live, that's always fantastic too. So yeah, so I just listen to their stuff. Yeah, it's kind of I'm kind of happy with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely makes it easier as long as it's not terrible music. Sometimes I'll do different arms though, just to hear if the music is different in the arm section of the different
Yeah.
workouts.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone has their
Um,
own taste.
yeah, definitely. Some people are very passionate about it, which is great. But to your point, there's songs I never heard other than like
Yeah.
in, a Tracy workout, and then you hear it
Mm,
somewhere else, and it's like kind of feel like
yeah,
doing arms right now.
definitely. Yeah.
So I think that's most of the planned questions I had for you, Nadia. How about if we play Two Truths and a Lie, and we can have anyone in the chat guess what might be true about you versus what is a lie?
Okay. Okay. Alrighty.
Okay, so you
Sure.
have to give us three statements, two true, one lie, and we'll guess.
Okay, this is me, eh? So I have to give 3 statements.
Yep.
Okay. First one is I have never traveled outside of New Zealand.
Okay.
Second statement is bungee jumping is my favorite pastime.
Okay.
Third statement is I love spiders.
Okay. So the first one is never traveled outside of New Zealand. 2 is love bungee jumping. 3 is love spiders. I have to go with 3 is the lie.
Yes.
But are the other 2 really true?
Yeah, no, definitely hate spiders.
So you've never traveled outside of New Zealand?
No, never traveled outside of New
Oh,
Zealand. Oh, yeah,
oh my God.
but like I have my god sister's actually in New York right now.
Oh,
Won she won this amazing scholarship for a Fulbright scholarship, and so she's studying at Columbia University, part of their
that's so
resilience and
cool.
coastal project. Yeah, so I've been really trying to convince my husband to go to New York because she is literally 16 minutes away from the Tracy Anderson 59th Street studio. It's like,
Oh my
and
gosh.
yeah, he is just not keen at all. And it's like, so it's like, well, will you let me go by myself? It's like, that's even no.
Oh my gosh. But you
I'd
would be
love to do that.
surrounded by Tamily. You would be
Oh,
fine. There's tons of us in New York.
exactly. Exactly. In the interim, if that doesn't happen, I've already got my god sister to try and stalk out Courtney. I've warned Courtney, and I'm going to get her to
Great
go to
idea.
and I'm going to get her to go to the studio and take a photo outside and whatever, maybe go
Yeah,
in and live the
that's
experience for me.
awesome.
Oh yeah,
And so how many times have you been bungee jumping? That piece is true too.
that is definitely not true because I'm terrified of heights.
Okay.
I thought, well, bungee jumping was invented in New Zealand by AJ Hackett. Everyone might think that we all love bungee jumping.
That's okay. Well, you pretty much got me with that. That was very, very cool. 2 truths and why.
Fantastic. I love that. So, yeah.
Well, Nadia, it's been awesome getting to know you a little better and super fun talking to you. Is there anything else that you would want to share with the Tamily while you have this audience?
Sure. I just want to say kia ora, Tamily. Just sending aroha nui. Much love from Aotearoa. I love seeing you all every day on Insta and love seeing, everyone's journey. And yeah, see you on the mat. See you on the lives, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Maybe see you in New York one day.
Yes, I've
Well,
got
it's been
February to
fantastic.
convince my husband.
We can all team up and try to convince them. Well, thank you so much for being interview 190, Nadia. We're very, very happy to have you at this almost our milestone of 200. And obviously, your interview will go on to Instagram right now, and then it'll be on YouTube in a few days.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thanks, Nadia. Thanks for watching, Tamily.
Ka kite.
Thank you.
Ka kite.